Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to be talking about the tips and tricks for beginners in Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Strikers. We're going to be talking about some tips that would be helpful during battles and PvP and all that. What I want you guys to do is, if you guys learn anything from this video that you haven't before, make sure to like it. So let's get to the video. Okay, so the first tip is going to seem a little easy. Most of you guys might know it already, but here's the thing. Your equipment, it has buffs. It adds stats to your character. It buffs you up. See, like right here, we're going to go and check my range character. I'm going to go to the custom top costume. We're going to see, it says what the costume is. Now here is where the skills are. It boosts the ninjutsu attack power. Now each costume has its own type of thing. It's a copy though of other costumes, so you're gonna find the same thing over again, like boost your max health but in a different costume type, like maybe Naruto's shorts has boost max health, Sasuke shorts max health. So that's the first tip. Make sure to check what your costume has. Don't just go for coolness, go for what helps you out the best. So the same thing applies for your ninjutsus. They're gonna have quite a different setup than the costumes did. They're gonna have power, range, cooldown. So what you're gonna want to look at is the attack power high? Is the range up there? Because if you're gonna be going as a ranged attack, do you want to be up in the fray? Not really. You probably want to be hitting from the back, just pot shotting a bunch of people, you know, just chip damage out here, or hard hitting attack power. But the problem is that you don't want to shoot off one attack and then just sit there waiting for the attack 16 seconds. Is it really worth it if it's strong but you have to wait 16 seconds to keep shooting that move off? Or do you want to have a move that pops off every 8 seconds? That's what you want to look at. You want to look at how hard it hits and the duration. Okay. What we're going to be talking about now is VR Masters. You're not going to want to pick the VR Master that just looks the coolest or that's like personally your favorite. If you're trying to get really good at this game, you're going to want to choose the best master for your build. So if you're going for a ranged attack, Naruto probably isn't your best bet. Yes, he has like 2 range powers, but there's other people that would have a maximum amount of range powers for your buck. So if you were to complete all of Sasuke's, right, you would get like 3 ranged abilities instead of going for Naruto where you only get 2. But also you could just hop back from master to master. You don't have to master all these masters completely. You don't have to sit there and get all 10 stars. You want to get what you need and get out, and then focus on it later. Okay, so this tip right here is going to be one of the more important tips for combat gameplay. And what you're going to need to know is how to block and when to block and how to deflect. What you want to make sure to do is anytime they start attacking you, really like make sure you hunker down and block so that you can get your deflect in. Once you get your deflect in, you can punish them right back. The problem is you don't want to hold your block like this guy right here, because there are moves that are designed to break blocks in this game. So you want to try to hurry up and catch the guy off guard and deflect as fast as you can. Because as you can see, this guy right here keeps on holding block. He doesn't know how to deflect. If he knew how to deflect, it'd be a whole nother game right here. So make sure to block. So for this next tip, we're going to talk about when you have a healer on your team, which you should always have a healer on your team. So the main goal is, if you're having a healer, is to protect your healer. Now, without your healer, your health is going to start dropping. There's no real way of getting your health back if you're an attack character right now. So basically, you're stuck waiting for the healer. So the best bet is to continue the fight and keep winning, is to protect your healer. Now, when there's a healer on the other team, you want to focus that healer during the fight. You want to try to eliminate him as fast as possible so he can stop healing the other team, so you can eliminate them without worrying about their health coming back. But the problem is, if you're focusing their healer and someone starts hitting you from the back, you don't really want to focus the healer at that point. You want to turn around and kind of basically scare that person away and then continue back on the healer, or have one designated person that would go in and out trying to hit the healer, or jump them real quick, like 2 or 3 people, just boom, done. So that's the real goal of when you have a healer on your team and when you're facing a healer on the other team. So bouncing back to the idea of having a healer on the team. For this tip, we're going to talk about having a balanced squad. You're not going to want to have 4 attacks on a squad just because that's basically the meta right now, in a sense, is how strong the attack can be. You're going to want to have at least 1 healer on the team, because if it's 4 attacks versus a solid, varied team with 1 healer on it, chances are you're probably going to lose if they're competent enough to fight. So if you're playing any type of objective game mode, you're going to want to have a defense character, because for securing points, the defense character, he is beautiful at it. He can pop up sand abilities that shoot people out of the points, and it's just amazing for capturing points. And then at the same time, if you have a defense character on your team and a healer, it's hard to kill that defense character without trying to eliminate the healer first. So just think about having a varied team at first, because you don't want to have 4 attacks once again, because it's not going to win all the time. Yes, it may win once in a while, or here and there, but it's not going to win all the time. You want to go for the most wins possible. Okay, back to the idea of a team. When fighting, you want to stay with your team. You're not going to want to rush out there and, try to chase down a guy that's low health all the time, because he might be trying to go back and link up with his team. So when you do that, most of the time you're going to get ganked, and you're going to get slapped real hard by that team. You're either going to die or walk out barely alive. So make sure to stay with your team. Stay aware. You want to make sure to always be aware of your teammates' health, or communicate, because mics are going to help you a lot in this. So if your teammate's low in the fight and he's fighting 2 guys and he says something, you can easily hop up over there and basically just distract those guys and give him a chance just to get that tiny amount of breathing room to where he can get healed. So always play as a team. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and like the video if you learned anything today. So, thanks again. See you guys next time.